You're with CapeTalk.
This is Pippa Hudson on lunch.
It's time to talk food, and if you love a good brownie or perhaps a blondie, then today's food feature is going to make you very, very happy. But it's a story with a lot more to it than just delicious baked treats. We are talking to Down with Dough, which is a non-profit bakery based in Belleville, which creates meaningful employment opportunities for adults with intellectual disabilities. The idea is not just to produce delicious gluten-free goodies that you and I can take away to enjoy at home. It's also to offer these people, young people in particular, an opportunity to do meaningful work, to build their confidence, to develop independence and a real sense of purpose, all through the simple power of baking. And I want to start by saying a big thank you to another team of guests we speak to quite frequently on this show from SCP Radiology, because they wrote to me a little while ago to say we had such an incredible experience visiting this bakery on Mandela Day. We really feel that they deserve more exposure than they're getting. And so to SCP, thanks for tipping us off about your experience. And I'm delighted to be able to follow up on that suggestion and welcome to the show Director of Down with Dough, Lynne Rutherfoord, and her son Joshua, who's part of that bakery team. It's great to have you both with us in studio. Welcome.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, Pippa.
It's a pleasure, Lynne. And hi, Joshua. Nice to have you with us.
I'm good.
Good. Apparently, you're very, very good at baking. Joshua, what's your favorite thing to bake?
My favorite thing to bake is dog biscuits.
Dog biscuits, not the human brownies. Okay, I didn't know that was part of the range.
Yes.
Do the dog biscuits come in special flavors or designs?
There is bedtime is when you go to bed.
Yeah.
And the house and peanut butter.
Okay, so peanut butter dog biscuits. Who knew? All right. Lynn, that's not where it started, though. I think it started with human gluten-free brownies, didn't it?
That's correct, yes.
Tell us a little bit more about the backstory behind Down with Dough, because this is not just about baking delicious treats. Tell us how this whole venture began.
So when Josh was nearing the end of his school career, we were looking for something for him to be able to continue learning new skills and contributing to society. So we decided to start something ourselves, and with us both being gluten-free and the lack of good gluten-free products at that time in 2019, we decided to embark on a bakery. And so we went into a replication with Work for You, who was based in Salt River.
Okay.
And unfortunately, they had to close as COVID hit.
Oh.
But yeah, we started in the northern suburbs, and 2019 was around June, we were officially registered, and that's how it started.
Starting any business in the food space is a bit of a nightmare of red tape, I would imagine, with very good reason, obviously. Tell us a little bit about what sort of hoops you had to go to even get this business up and running.
Fortunately, we are essentially a training and development centre.
Okay.
So it was a bit easier from that point of view. We just needed to comply with the basic health requirements, which is your certificate of acceptability.
Okay.
And that's actually how we started. We started at home. We converted a section of our home and built on. And we are now at that stage with only 1 or 2 members. And we're now sitting at 14 members and 9 staff.
Okay, so 14 bakers and 9 staff. And tell us a little bit about your bakers, Lynn.
So we have quite a range of different abilities. We have Down syndrome members. We have members on the autism spectrum.
And autistic.
And autistic. And then members with just a global delay. And they come with varying abilities and requirements. And it's a very mixed box for us.
Okay. Josh, you've been working there now for 7 years then. What's your favourite part about this job? What do you enjoy the most?
My favourite job is I love drying up.
Drying up after someone's done the dishes. Wow.
Yes.
If you ever get tired of working at Down with Dough, please give me a call. I'd love to have somebody in my house who loves to dry the dishes, Josh.
And I don't do washing.
You don't do washing,
No.
but you're happy to do the drying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I packed the brownies I sell and I character.
Okay.
And I am the face of the business.
Okay, so you're the marketing man effectively as well.
Yes.
Okay. Lynne, you mentioned varying abilities, varying requirements. Let's talk a little bit about the accommodations you need to make in a space like this. I mean, as you've said, you're partly a food business. You're mainly a training opportunity for these young people. Talk to us about some of the experiences you've had and how your bakery differs from any other bakery, if at all, in making that possible.
Well, obviously we are a business, so we do operate as a business as such, but we're very accommodating of their different capabilities.
Yeah.
And for example, we do have some of our members that don't read or write.
Okay.
So we have ways in which we can assist them. We assist them with match reading. We write on the tables when they're weighing off ingredients and assist them with that. And then everything from weighing eggs to measuring ingredients to assisting with actually packing the brownies themselves. Some are assisted with the sealing machine and preparing for labeling. There's quite a few of them that are really expert labelers.
Okay.
So obviously they have a different label for each brownie, which we would assist with then.
Okay.
And then just preparing them generally for work exposure and, the do's and don'ts of being in a working environment, how you speak to people, having good manners at all times. So it's very much life skills based as well.
Okay. Josh,
Yeah.
talk to us about what you've learnt working at the bakery.
From the bakery, I love my friends a lot. And they are my family to me.
Yeah. It's a big family, 14 people training. And Lynne, how long do they all stay? Like, I mean, Josh has been with you the whole time, but do most of them move through and on into other work? How does it work?
That depends a lot on how comfortable they are with working in other spaces. But at the moment, we have 4 of our members that are in open work exposures at different companies. We find that the coffee shop kind of environment is quite good for certain of the members, but then for others who do not relate that well, emotionally and face to face, they're a lot shyer. They don't want to be in that kind of environment. We would find other opportunities for them. So sort of in a packing space where they pack shelves and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think we are fortunate that some of the businesses have come on board with us, and mostly it's been the customers that we supply the brownies to, which is really great. And then, of course, we have a lot of involvement from other companies like SCP. As you mentioned, it was really great having them. They've placed an amazing order with us to celebrate for September for cancer awareness.
I want to just share with you what they said, because when they wrote to me to say, we've had this incredible experience, the team from SCP Radiology went across to Down with Doe for their Mandela Day service and came away as changed people, was the phrase that they used. And Lynne, I can see from your face that that's not an unusual response.
Not at all.
Tell us more.
We do have volunteers and we actually rely on our volunteers a lot. We do value them because they come and give of their time to volunteer at Down with Doe. So I must honestly say that all the volunteers that come to work with us actually say they walk away changed, and it's so refreshing. That's actually how one of our staff members got eventually appointed onto staff. She started as a volunteer and then approached me and said, do you have an opportunity? Can I work here? So that was great.
Yeah. What are they saying to you about how they've been changed, and what about the experience has touched them so?
I think one of the biggest things is that they realize how much people and young adults with intellectual disabilities can actually do. People sort of think of them as sitting in the corner and just doing nothing, but yet they have such a lot to contribute to society, and that's what one of our main aims as well is about, creating awareness.
Okay.
That's one of the big things.
For anybody who's coming into this conversation halfway, with me in studio, Lynne Rutherfoord and her son Joshua. Lynne founded Down with Dough back in 2019, and the name is a reference to the fact that most of the bakers in their kitchen are living with Down syndrome. Some of them are on the autism spectrum. Basically, this is a business that offers opportunities for adults living with intellectual disability to find meaningful work, to find purpose and independence, and to build not just their confidence, but their general skills for navigating life. And it started out of a place of need from Lynne's own family. It's grown into something much bigger than that. Now, this is our food segment, Lynne, so let's talk a little bit more about the food that you're producing. As you mentioned, it's gluten-free because your family is gluten-free. Tell us about the product range that you make.
So our biggest seller at this stage is obviously the brownies. So we have different flavors. We have a double chocolate brownie, which is with chocolate chips. And then we have a salted caramel, which is one of our more recent flavors. We have a white chocolate. And a spiced brownie. And a xylitol, Josh.
The xylitol, they have no sugar.
Yes, but
Okay.
xylitol added instead of the caster sugar. And then we have a white mocha, which we've recently introduced to the range.
And the coffee we are making.
Yes,
And you
so
make
that
coffee
goes
as well.
into the mocha brownie.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh, it sounds absolutely divine.
and then we have a range of breads.
Okay.
A white sandwich, a brown chia seed. We do a delicious
Banana bread.
banana coconut, and then we do oat and seed muffins.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Okay, so a good range, and then as Josh told us earlier, the dog biscuit range as well. So quite a variety of products. Now, a couple of people are asking, where do we get to try them in terms of ordering or getting them delivered? Let's start with the physical space. Where is Down with Dough located?
We are located in Lincoln Street in Belleville, which is obviously the northern suburbs. Yes, anyone wanting to order is welcome to pop us a WhatsApp or an email. We can leave all the details with you, or would you like me to give them on?
What's the easiest way for people to, if you want to share some details on air, you're welcome to. Yeah.
Okay, our cell phone number is 063 112 0078, or you can reach us by email on hello, HELLO, at downwithdough.co.za. And we will then forward you a price list, and then you can just place an order, and we'll give you details about collection times, etc.
Okay, so you collect from Belleville. Do you have any kind of delivery capabilities at this point?
We mostly use courier,
Okay.
depending on how far out you are. And if it's in the immediate Durbanville-Belleville area, we could possibly deliver, but we do have a minimum order, obviously, to save on delivery costs.
Sure, yeah. Now, I mean, you mentioned SCP Radiology left, not just changed, but as future customers, they placed an order for 800 brownies as part of their Breast Cancer Awareness Month drive for the month of October. Does that often happen, that you get sort of large corporate orders on that kind of scale?
Not quite on that scale. We have had one or two one-offs where people have ordered for a company function of sorts, but we do have regular customers. We have about 35 coffee shops. We've got 3 big churches that basically order almost every week. So yes, those are sort of business that ticks over.
Yeah.
But we do get quite a few individuals sending through orders and popping by to pick up the products.
Okay, so it's entirely up to you whether you're wanting just to buy a few for yourself to enjoy at home, or perhaps support on a wider scale for your next office function, etc. That's also something that they can manage. You mentioned volunteers. Let's just talk a little bit more about what the volunteers do, because I've had 1 or 2 people saying they'd like to know more. Lynne, do you want to tell us a bit more about the roles that volunteers play?
So generally, because we're training and development, they would slot into whatever we are doing. So that would be, I know some of the volunteers actually assist with the baking of the brownies itself, which then would free up 1 or 2 staff members to do other things, which is also great. And then we have volunteers that come in and basically assist the members with one-on-one because of their specific needs. But it's generally just to help out in the bakery. We normally recommend that they would come in for a morning and then just assess whether it is something they see themselves doing. And then we make further plans after that. Yeah.
And how big a commitment of time do they need to give? If it's somebody who says, I can help just here and there, is that manageable for you? I would imagine that a more regular routine commitment would be easier.
It is easier if we know we have regular volunteers. Obviously, because we do rely on them at times quite a lot, especially when we get closer to the end of the year, because that's our really busy season. We do close for the 2 weeks. It's actually almost 3. So I think it's generally a case of just getting in touch with us, and we'll say yes. Generally, they would be there for 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. So the morning, 8:30 till at least 12:30, depending on their commitments as well.
Okay.
But the consistency is obviously important.
Is obviously your first prize.
Yes.
And then do you have any kind of minimum requirements in terms of who can volunteer? Do you need to have any kind of background in baking? Do you need to be of a certain age?
No, my baking skills are not the best, but I've got really good staff. No, we've got... Our age of volunteers varies, so there's no specific requirements. They obviously just have to have a passion for assisting others. Yeah. And that's it.
Josh, what do you enjoy about working with the volunteers?
I love to work with some of the volunteers. I love them a lot of times, but
who helps you, Josh?
Hey?
Who helps you in the daytime? Sometimes?
In the daytime, I helped Suki at the dog side, and Ness at the brownie side, packing, selling, cutting.
Okay.
And when I do like drying up, I helped Aiden, Son, Nick, and not even Morgan.
And those are co-workers.
Okay.
Those are co-workers. So Joshua does assist them as well at times with baking, especially on the dog treat side.
Yeah.
Just as far as the consistency and the size and those kind of.
Nazira is asking whether your products are halal certified, Lynn.
Unfortunately, not at this stage.
Okay, glad you asked, and there's the answer for now, and watch this space. So Tebo asking about where the bakeries are located. So it's the northern suburbs if you want the physical premises, and then the website if you want to place an order or communicate with them is downwithdough.co.za if you're wanting to reach out. Lynn, just in our final couple of minutes, I mean, you said to us at the start of this interview, you started this business because you recognized that Josh had needs as a young adult moving out of the schooling system, and nobody was meeting them, so you decided to be the solution that you needed. Looking back on the last 7 years, how do you feel about what you've achieved, firstly for Josh's future, but also for the other young people who are now in your care?
I think we definitely created a good space for them because there are very, very few opportunities. And I always say to people, more parents should start similar things. You can start really small because is a huge need. And I think it's definitely paving a way for him for the future. At least he will know that there will always be a spot for him at Down with Dough. And the other young adults, that are there that don't necessarily want to proceed into other work exposure opportunities. So yes, I think it has made a difference to those that are there. I mean, they consider it their work. They get paid a stipend. I think it definitely does impact on them.
What did their families say to you about the difference it's made in I'm thinking of parents. There are probably a lot of parents out there for whom this must be a massive relief, Lynn.
They are very appreciative, and we keep close contact with all the parents. We have regular report backs, and they know they can contact us at any time if there's ever any concerns. So there are certain of our members that we've actually walked long roads with, you know, and got them to spaces that they probably would not have had opportunities to get to.
That's an amazing story. Roger is asking how long can one keep the dog biscuits? What's the sort of shelf life?
It's up to 6 months. It depends on where you keep them because we don't have added preservatives.
Okay.
So they are completely healthy. We don't add sugar or salt, and we're using good quality products to make the dog treats. So as long as they're not exposed to excessive heat or direct sun, because then obviously they would sweat in the bags themselves. But I would say up to 6 months, yes. Should be
Okay.
fine.
And if your dog's anything like my dogs used to be, Roger, there's no chance of dog biscuits lasting 6 months in the house anyway. So there we go. Rio's asking if we'll please repeat that phone number. It's 063 112 0078. Is that correct,
That's
Lynn?
correct,
063 112 0078, and the website downwithdough.co.za.
Hello at Downwith.
Hello, and
it's the
email is hello
yes, yeah.
at downwithdough.co.za. It's a fabulous story, and I know from past tasting it's a fabulous product that is being made as well. So, Josh, thank you very much for your work in the
Thank
kitchens.
you for coming.
And Lynn, thank you for starting this wonderful business, and wishing you all strength for the future growth and success of Down with Dough. Great to have you both with us in studio
Thank
today.
you so much, Pippa. It was great.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.